would begin with you just giving an explanation briefly about whatever
Okay.
you want to,
Okay.
and then from there we can just start asking you questions. How's that sound?
I thought this was gonna be about the mock draft, but that's fine.
And no, well,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I have the mock draft pulled up here. We can discuss that as well.
Okay.
But so can you, Stevie? I'll pose the first question. Can you explain this draft position spreadsheet and the box?
I would love to. The box that Mark Lindsay got it, so I think it makes a little sense. So, left-hand column going down. That's like your draft position
Where is
for pick
it?
through 10.
We all have access to this.
I sent it to the group earlier.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's that complicated, but
Can you share it with this?
I could try to. But anyway, I'll keep going. So that's the left-hand side is the draft picks. Each column represents a year, so 2016, 2015, all the way back to 2010. The numbers inside the box are where that draft position finished in terms of total points scored. So, for example, the first
Wow.
pick in 2016 finished in second in total points scored. And then I just highlighted all the league champions. Red was last place and green was first place. So,
Look at that. Okay.
does that make sense?
What are the numbers on the far right? With the decimals.
Oh, okay. So that's just the average for each one, and then I just highlighted. I mean, I don't know enough about statistics to say if any of that's like relevant or not, but it seems like drafted like second, fifth, and ninth had in general finished higher in total points scored, and then for whatever reason, whoever drafted seventh and 10th seemed to be at a slight disadvantage. But I mean,
Wow.
Well, that's because Telek drafted 10 3 times.
yeah. See, yeah, that's a good point.
Wait, so what are the negative numbers?
What do you mean?
What tab are you on? What tab are you on? Hold on.
Oh, okay. The negative numbers were my shitty attempt at statistics because I'm trying to I'm trying to standardize this a little. So for each draft pick, so like for the first draft pick, I took like just the average through like all the years. That's what like 5.43 is, for example, like the first pick. So then I then took, is this standard deviation? I don't know. I then took the average of all the averages. I took the average of all the averages, and then I compared that average to the average of all the averages, right? So that's what the 0.006 is. Because I'm trying to like standardize, like, do these numbers like mean anything? So for example, like for the seventh pick, the 7.71 average is 2.35 places off the average. So that's bad.
Okay.
It's bad. That's my.
So the main conclusion from this is you're just trying to tell us that it really doesn't matter where you draft.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just kind of interesting.
Okay.
And like, but you could look at like seventh place, like whoever has drafted with the seventh pick, 4 out of the 7 years they've come in ninth.
I see that. You're right.
I don't know.
That is a trend. You're just connecting the dots. I know.
Stevie, who's the 7th pick this year?
Good question. 7th pick this year, Mike. Looks like.
No, Mike's 10th this year.
Oh, sorry. No, I have it backwards. It's Marco.
Ooh, Marco. Doomed.
All right.
I think what's really interesting, and I thought the whole reason we brought Shane here is we want to get to the bottom of how he gets so many first, second, fourth, first, second. I mean,
just,
from what I can
read, it doesn't matter.
Stevie's like in the middle of the round every time.
That's not always true. I was 9th last year.
So moving over to the individual tab, Stevie.
Mm-hmm.
These are just our draft positions from throughout the years.
Yeah, same thing. Highlighted is any of the league champions, and then again was like my shitty attempt at like some sort of statistics. That like column at the bottom, the PF average. That's the points for their average placement. So Roman, your average ranking in total points scored is like 2.8, which is like one of the best. Mike and Justin are terrible. On average, they're at like 7.14. So I then compared that to what their average draft is. There's not really any trend. As you can see.
I just pulled out
What's that?
You
What was that?
It was Mike.
Oh wait, you guys can hear me?
Where are you?
Why are you in an
Talked for like an hour. No one said a word.
Oh God,
Okay. All right.
that's funny.
Mike, where are you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
At work?
Oh, you're at work. So, great. All right. So we've talked about draft position. Does anyone have any questions for Stevie about his draft position spreadsheet, other than what we've gone over so far?
No. Yeah, I think those draft position, like the picks for everyone, they look really distributed and not favored towards any one person. On that.
Shane, would you care to discuss your average draft position?
Yeah, 2.75 is, that's statistically almost 5, so which is right in the middle.
All right, we'll move on. All right, Stevie. So, what do you want to talk about? Well, draft history is just our drafts, right? There's nothing. Oh
Yeah.
no, there is some substance. I saw the tabs. Okay.
Yeah. Although Justin made a good point that my spelling over the years probably wasn't the most accurate, so I'm trying to like highlight duplicate values to see if there's any players that like people like to draft over and over again. But like when I spell like Colin Kaepernick wrong each year, like I might not be picking up on all of them.
I
But
see.
the most redrafted player was Joe with Vincent Jackson, who Joe's drafted him 4 times.
No, I drafted him so many times.
Joe, what did you like about Vincent Jackson?
He was available when I finally decided to start taking wide receivers.
So we have Vincent Jackson at 4. Justin seems to
That
like
was the
Darren.
only 4.
Justin seems to like Darren McFadden at 3.
Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne.
Shane always had him in Santana Moss.
I like going back to this 2010 list. I don't even know who half these people are. Like, who's Mike Sims Walker, and why did I take him in the 6th?
Yeah, I don't know. Wasn't it like Tampa Bay or?
That's just like throwbacks like Felix Jones and like all these people that you forget about, and you're like, wow, they were terrible. I had Michael LaShore one year, and I was LaShore. He was going to be good.
My 2010 team was a dream. I had Reggie Wayne, Marcus Colston, and Moss.
Also,
Jesus
the fact that we
Christ.
were in the league when someone drafted Hines Ward makes me feel old. Now that I look back at that, I'm like,
I would like to point out that in 2010, I drafted Matt Schaub in round 2.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
I like everyone taking defense in round 8. That's
I wish we had this list also by like draft pick number.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because like I in 2011, I don't know if I took LaShawn McCoy like 1st overall or 40th.
Yeah, I do have like all like the individual like draft sheets, but I don't know what like a good way of organizing that would be.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, don't type the whole thing in again.
All right. So good information there. Then what's left? Draft history. Oh no, LPS
Draft
standings. LPS standings. So Stevie, who's the current
Okay.
leader in win percentage in the history of the Lamb?
What do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Rowan is first, followed by me, and then Justin is way at the bottom, like by far again.
Are you so?
All right, so I looked at this, and after I crunched the points for numbers, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It was that one season where people were scoring 160 against me every week.
That's what killed you?
It really tanked the rankings. But yeah, I mean, it's still bad, but
That's fair.
it could have been worse.
How have I played one more game than Justin?
Probably the playoffs.
maybe.
Playoffs probably.
I don't know. I don't think. I think this is just regular season only.
Didn't we have some years where we played more games?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there was one year that was screwed up. Like
And there's also a year where we had an odd number of teams. So
Yeah,
the
there was a year where we had like 9, I think, for some stupid reason.
The
That
very
was a big
the,
loss, though.
the very bottom of the points for tab.
you know what's
it lists-
funny? After we had 9, we added Jason, so we still had 9.
Ding.
All All right, Stevie, go ahead. You were gonna discuss
No, I
something.
was just saying at the bottom of the points for tab, it's each year and how many games we played in each year. So I think 2010 was weird. We only had 11 games, and then 2013 was weird. We only had 12. But right now we're sitting at 13. But
Interesting. So what are all these things going on in the points for tab?
okay, I mean, I'm trying to I don't know the best way to organize it. So each box is kind of representative of a year, like your total points scored, your total points scored against, the difference of those, and then where you ranked relative to the league and total points scored. So, it's probably easier to not look at the very top part and more so the bottom part where I tried to break down for each person how many points they scored in a year, how many points were scored against them. Just an easier way to visualize that. You're right, Roman.
There was a fly attacking me.
Wow, Jason, huge point differential disparity. Minus 435.
That's pretty.
Over his entire career.
Where's it? Oh my God, yeah, it is minus 435.
That's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, Mike and Justin are hovering around there as well.
Yeah,
That's less time in
good
the
point.
league. I'm doing the important work right now and going through and seeing how many spelling mistakes Stevie has.
There you go, Joe. Shout out to
That's
you.
probably a lot.
Joe's the closest to zero, maintaining his fantasy. Just
He's already said that I've been epitome of mediocrity.
It is honestly it's remarkable. I mean, look, Joe's 8-5, 8-5, 5-8, 5-7, 6-6. It's quite impressive.
Very impressive.
You know what?
Unlike Justin, who just
you don't.
what?
Championship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm getting there. Statistically,
So who
win.
who left to win a championship is Dan, Stevie, and Mark.
which I'll point out, me and Mark are two of the top three in terms of all-time win percentage. So we're due. We're very much due.
Is that wait? Can I have you on record as that is your championship prediction for this year?
I think the way statistics work is if there's 10 people, all people have to win once before someone else wins. So I think that means we're getting close.
That would honestly be pretty crazy if we get through 10 years of this and we don't have a single person repeat.
I can't believe it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Well, what?
I like how Dan's lost twice.
Yeah,
that's in
tough.
the championship tab. It's all the matchups. Everyone's made it at least once, but
Did
me,
Justin
Mark, and Dan made it.
did Justin have a shot at repeating, or did he lose his first one? Do we know?
No, I won my first year in the league. So
Yeah, Justin and I played each other in the first year. You guys had an expansion team.
So,
Yeah, that's when Justin was 6-5 the year he won the championship, and he was also in 5th in total points scored. So did he really earn that championship? It's kind of debatable. He might have locked into it. But
What's that, Joe?
He had one good week, and that's it. Championship week.
So Justin failed to defend. I failed to defend. And then Jason and Shane, did either of them fail to defend?
I'm defending right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you just
that's
won.
a confident person.
Okay, so Shane's defending. Did Jason get back? Did Jason go back-to-back years or no? I find that very hard to believe.
No, Jason was in it in 2015. 2012 was when he won, and then 2015 was when Joe and Tim Hightower hit. Thank God we're able to hold off Jason.
That was great. That was one of the greatest times of my life.
I remember.
And we lost to Jason in the championship.
I remember sitting in our basement. Me and Stevie were sitting there together. And we were like, "Wow, Joe's only hope is if Drew Brees for some reason throws this stupid pass to Tim Hightower." and he caught it and took off.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I was almost as happy at that moment than I imagine. I can't imagine what winning a championship's like, but I mean that was a good experience.
Stevie, have you thought about not getting really drunk and then quitting the draft halfway through?
Well, that's why I'm gonna actually try to do more mocks this year because I feel like if I can train my drunk brain to subconsciously
Hey Stevie, something that would be interesting to see is of the championship teams, their roster when they won the championship, how it compared to the roster they drafted.
That would be interesting. I try to do
the draft really has an impact on championships.
right. No, that's another good point that when you're trying to see if there's a correlation draft position like games one. Like a lot of people make like a lot of moves. Like Jason's gonna drop half his roster, like pick up half the Steelers like in week 2 anyway. So
Yeah.
no, I
Very
tried to do
true.
something with like a correlation between like the amount of like acquisitions made versus like the amount of like wins someone had. There wasn't really anything there, but
All right.
I'd
Yeah.
imagine the rosters are pretty.
You
Oh,
guys.
so you only report data that tries to show something.
What?
Sounds like you only report data that you can try to make it sound like it is something, even though it might not be.
No, I could try to like send it to you guys. It's very bad.
Hey,
Yeah,
Steve,
it was
I wanted to clarify something here. Could you tell me who has the lowest single score ever?
Ooh.
lowest single. I don't see that. I don't think that's on any of these sheets. I don't.
Are you talking about
And
it?
also,
Are you talking about?
Oh,
Are you talking
It
about?
actually is on the sheet.
Are you talking about a single?
Yeah, I know.
You talking about score for a single week?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd like Stevie to read it to me.
I had 43.6. I still can't believe that.
Where is it at on the sheet?
It's on championships.
Yeah, I put it to the side.
Highest scoring game. Oh, I see.
I want to go back and find the lowest scoring game was me and Mike in 2015 with 116. That's brutal.
So
I want to know what
Is-
happened in that game.
are these data sets with Nate Brayman's season in there?
No, so I didn't
No?
include 2000, 2009 because it just made things more complicated. If I would have had to include like Brian Farah and like Olindo, I would have made things more difficult.
Ew. Oh,
Highest single score. Wow, Shane almost was that against me where you almost put up that 200 burger?
I had 200, and then they did a stat correction, and it dropped back down.
Thank
I was
God.
gonna make sure.
Thank God.
I wish I would have played Stevie in that game. The score would have been 198.
That would have been impressive.
Wow. I would love to take a look at the. You should go back and find the box score from that game, Stevie, and show it and tell us who was on your team and what they scored.
That's what I'm gonna do that right now. Like
Yeah,
I'm very curious how like
pull it up and let us know what happened. All right. Well, while he's doing that, we can start with. Did you send out this mock draft document to everyone, Stevie, or
I
just
think
the?
I sent a picture of it to everyone.
Okay. Well, I have Stevie's notes with his reasoning behind all these picks as well.
Is this stuff on? Is any of this stuff on the league page? Because I'm trying to look at it on my phone, and it's just really tough.
I don't. None of it's on the league page. It's all just on the group me, I think.
Wait, use Hangouts and send Joe a message with the files.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can send text message or some type of text or attachment message in Hangouts. All right, let me. Some motherfucker just shot at a bus, so Mike had to leave. That's why Mike left. That's fantastic.
Oh, this is brutal.
Did
The
you?
Jeff Jefferson score.
Yeah, you like that? I added that one.
Oh, I
I'm
have.
gonna say this roster doesn't sound that bad, but I had Aaron Rodgers somehow only put up 6 points.
Got hurt.
Justin
Yeah.
Forsett had 8. T.Y. Hilton had 2. James Jones had 0.1. Travis Kelce had 13.9.
Who had-
Le'Veon Bell only had 6.
Who had point
And then my
one?
defense got -2. It was 0.7. James Jones had 0.7.
James Jones with a big 0.7.
Mike had 157, so that might be the biggest score differential there.
Interesting. All right, so we'll go to the mock draft that Stevie put together.
Wait, so can you not see it like on the group me chat or? 'Cause I think I sent a picture of it to the chat earlier.
A picture?
I'm saving it and I'll send it to Joe, but it's pretty low quality. If you I'd say screenshot it again and send it to him.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, I think I sent it. Okay, hold on.
You sent it to the other chat, not the fantasy
I sent
football
it to
chat.
the sorry.
The other chat.
Oh, I see here. We're only doing first 3 rounds.
Yeah, first 3 rounds.
I figure I figure anything
It's
after
pretty
that would
hard
be
to do
kind of.
anything after that. Yeah.
All right, I just sent it again.
And it's some
Alright,
great
there it is.
it's some great analysis.
Fine.
So who did this mock? Who?
Stevie,
This was my guess at
so
how things are going to play out.
so he took all the data from past drafts that we just looked at, and he based this is not based on it's based on the stuff from that, like past players and history of players being taken in certain rounds at certain times, and he wrote a lot of this in his notes. And we'll step through it pick by pick. And if Stevie, if you want me to just talk, I can just talk about the notes you have, or if you want to do it, I don't care.
Yeah, I just want to preface that by saying it's going to be interesting because I mean, are people going to be honest about what they actually want to draft, or are people going to try to be throwing each other off here? So.
Yeah, well, I'm not giving up any information. I mean, it's going to be interesting to look at your notes and your mock draft. I mean, I don't think it has much real life use, but I think it'll be a fun exercise and look at league history, um, draft patterns anyway. So,
Yeah, no.
so Stevie has Dan going with Zeke #1 overall, barring a suspension.
So that's just based off Dan's picking strategy.
Yeah,
Pretty much that. Sometimes what he says in real life. I mean, if you look in the past years, Dan's only used his first pick for a running back in 3 out of the 7 drafts. So it's not like he's a super running back heavy person, but I think he'll probably take Zeke.
And
that's what he said whenever he immediately got that
Yeah.
first pick at the tailgate. So.
Yeah, Shane, you weren't at the tailgate, but when Dan found out he got the first overall pick, he started running around the parking lot screaming Zeke Elliott is his.
Well, he was super drunk, so.
But yeah, he was drunk. So we have Zeke at #1, which barring a suspension, I guess is realistic. It's fine. And then Stevie has me taking Le'Veon Bell. Stevie, why do you think I'm going to take Le'Veon Bell?
Well, I don't know. I think you're just going to take him.
You just think I'm going to...
I don't the data doesn't back it up. Roman.
Yeah, so he can tell you.
I was going to say in the past three years, Roman hasn't taken a running back in the first or second round. There was 1 year in 2015 when he took a running back in the 3rd round, but besides that, he's been all wide receivers and tight ends. So it's not like Roman's super running back heavy either. But I just think, that's probably too much value right there from the past.
All right, that's fair. And then we have Joe. And then we have Joe taking David Johnson and Stevie. It looks like Joe is very running back heavy.
Oh yeah, let me scroll. Oh yeah, Joe's super running back heavy. Joe loves his maulers. You just take a. Last year he got 2 running backs for a 2nd round. 5 out of the past 6 drafts have been a running back in the 1st round.
So there you go, David Johnson. And then we have Stevie with Antonio Brown. And I think we all know how much Stevie loves his wide receivers. Taking, what was it? Is it 9? Is that what we settled on eventually? 9 in one draft at one point?
Yeah, I tried to send a picture of that to you guys earlier, but there was the draft when I did take 9. And they were all good players. I don't regret a single thing. I mean, that was a good draft by me.
So Antonio Brown. And then Jason, who Stevie says is by far the hardest to predict, but he seems to like Odell Beckham.
We drafted him last year, and Jason, I think, is right behind Roman in terms of shying away from running backs with the first pick. Yeah, the last 2 years, Jason's gone wide receiver with his first pick. So.
All right, and then we have Shane, who apparently has confirmed this first round pick already with LaShawn McCoy.
They confirm it. This is by far my most confident pick. Shane, I think Shane's right next to Joe in terms of most running back. Oh no, yeah, Shane is tied with me actually in terms of percentage of taking running backs in the first. Shane, past 6 drafts, Shane started off with a running back, so I'm very, very, very confident.
Shane, do you care to discuss why you seem to lean running back?
Because there's not as many good ones as there are wide receivers.
Wow. That's basic supply and demand right there.
Anybody can catch an 80-yard bomb for a touchdown and put up 20 points in a week.
There you go. And then we move on to Marco next with Devonta Freeman.
See, this was the one I wasn't sure about. I don't know what you guys think, but the fact that Kevin drafted for Marco 1 year and it's hard to tell what really draft tendencies. So
That's
Um,
fair. I mean, I don't have any argument against it. I think it's a fair spot.
I
for-
mainly went with that because the past 3 drafts, although one of those was Kevin drafting for Marco, he's gone running back to start too. So.
All right. And then we have Mark Lindsay taking Julio Jones. But you say Mark is also a little bit running back heavy, but Julio's too good to pass up.
Yeah, I think Justin commented earlier that like Julio falling that far is kind of interesting, and I guess that's just kind of how it played out whenever I was doing this.
All right.
But
And then Justin, you love DeMarco Murray. I guess I missed that.
Again.
Well, this is where I disagree with Stevie's because
Ooh.
my team was awful last year. And he's assuming that I'm trying to put together the same team I had last year. Why would I do that?
that's a good point, and that's one of the things I was like thinking about whenever I'm doing this, like looking at players who like redrafted. But I thought we were like in your truck and you were rambling about how good DeMarco Murray was. So
He did. Yeah, he
Okay.
did.
maybe Justin's just trying to throw us off, and make sure he
But I
gets.
don't know if that meant he was going to take him in the first round.
All right. Well, so
You know,
Shady and DeMarco confirmed. Lock it in.
but I will
We'll
say
find out at the draft.
the last 2 drafts, Justin has gone a wide receiver in the first round. And in 2014, he went quarterback in the first round. So he hasn't used the first round pick on a running back for 3 straight years now.
Hey, I'm
so.
drafting third, right?
Yeah, Joe, you're
yeah, you're
you're
third.
third.
Oh, I hope Peyton Manning's available with the third.
Oh.
I think that's who I took the last time I had the third overall pick.
We have to update this.
Peyton Manning is too busy dissing on KD.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have Mike taking Melvin Gordon, which seems kind of like he seems what 4 of the last 7 drafts took around RB. No, that's
I
what I'm
just find
saying.
it hard to believe someone's going to take Melvin Gordon in the first round because unless he falls into the end zone, he gets like 40 yards a game and does absolutely nothing.
Shane, didn't you have Melvin Gordon last year?
I had him last year, and he's either 25 points or 2 points, and it's dependent on if the Chargers can score a touchdown, which isn't a very good thing. So
That's pretty much every running back except for the top 3.
I think Shane's just trying to talk Melvin Gordon down so he can try to get him in the second
Oh.
round. That's my
So
opinion.
Justin, I heard you just say that. So you're of the mindset then that the top 3 RBs are pretty elite compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
You see a big drop off there.
I would say that if ever there was a draft to have one of the top overall picks.
That's fair.
yeah,
And then all right, so then Mike.
1 year I didn't have a top pick.
Wow, Shane, do you want the second pick? Text me.
Yeah, I do.
All right, text me. All right, so Mike then doubles back onto AJ Green. You didn't list any reasoning for this one, Stevie, just based on talent, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I figured like compared to like the running backs who were left. Although I don't know, like Mike is again, he's one of the running back heavy people.
He also
If you look at
he also lives in that market now. So
Oh yeah. See,
that's a good point.
Homer pick.
Joe is woke on the Bengals. All right. Telekis, not Joe. Joe is woke on that.
Come on.
So then Justin.
Hey, what did I take Myles Garrett?
IDP.
Joe, you can try and take Myles Garrett, and we'll let you have him.
He's gonna play quarterback, running back.
I will just say with Mike, I wouldn't be surprised if he went like running back. He is like, if you look at the total like first 3 picks in all 7 years of drafting we've been doing, Mike has the highest percentage of running backs taken. Out of the 21 picks he's made, 13 of them have been running backs. So
Interesting.
technically, Mike is the most running back heavy drafter in the early round. So
Good.
I
Good
could
to
see
know.
Mike like just taking Gronk in the second round.
who?
Gronk.
Gronk.
Or just something seemingly ridiculous.
I think
Yeah, it depends.
I think Mike and Gronk have similar mindsets now with MILFs.
Mike's never used a top 3 pick on a tight end before. Justin, you have once. I have twice. Stroman has twice. Joe's never used a top 3 pick on a tight end. Shane has once. So
All right. So then Justin with Mike Evans. Justin, how do you feel about that?
That's pretty much standard draft position for him. Actually, I
Confirmed.
think it's ADP is a little bit higher, so that's
All
the
right.
best player available.
Lock it in.
I'm assuming that's what Stevie's thinking.
All right, lock it in. And then Mark Lindsay takes Jordan Howard, who is in a bad offense, but is a bell cow back. Stevie is any reasoning behind that, or just best player available in your mind?
Go Bears. Jordan Howard.
Oh yeah, wait.
This
What?
year.
Just kidding. I forgot. Stevie lives in Chicago now, so
No, I honestly thought that was like a fair spot for Jordan Howard, but
yeah, no, that's fair.
I think considering that's Mark's last pick for a while, he was going to try to grab a running back there, but
that makes sense. And at the end of the round, and then we have a pick that I think you make a lot of sense with here. Marco taking Michael Thomas of the Saints.
yeah, love
Marco
the Saints.
Marco always has been a big proponent of Drew Brees, like Shane. So I think that pick makes sense with the running back first.
Yeah.
And then Shane with Jordy Nelson. Stevie, why is Shane taking Jordy Nelson here?
I think this one was also confirmed, but for starters, that's a huge Packers fan, so that just runs in the family. That's a Packers family through and through. I think he's drafted him before.
I have, and he tore his ACL.
So you want redemption?
Shane, can you confirm or deny that your dad helps you draft?
He does not.
Denied. All right.
Same second story.
So Stevie, you have a couple reasons listed for this next pick for Des Bryant going to Jason.
What I say?
You said Jason's only used one top 3 pick on a running back in the last 2 drafts. Didn't draft a running back in the first 3 rounds in 2015, and took 1 running back in the first 3 rounds in 2016. So you see this as Jason going pretty much not zero RB, but
I don't know if he knows what he's doing, but you two have a very distinct draft pattern. Actually, you're both pretty similar. That lately you've been shying away from running backs in the early round. So,
all right, yeah, no,
that was my thinking.
I certainly buy the pick. It's in the right spot. And you take Jay Ajayi, who you had last year, Stevie.
I had him last year,
very,
and
very,
I kind of want him to be good just despite Mark Lindsay. So.
Very volatile player, but you feel comfortable with it. Apparently, we don't know. It could be fake news. And then Joe with Lamar Miller.
That just seems like a Joe Brucker running back right there. David Johnson and Miller.
Joe hates him, Stevie.
Hates him. Oh. Not ruin that.
But so the reasoning behind it, Joe's taken 2 running backs within the first 3 rounds for 4 straight years.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. We confirmed. Lock it in. And then I'm taking.
So wait.
Oh wait, go ahead, Stevie.
I'm just curious. Based on like the running backs that are like left, do you like prefer any of those other ones over like Miller, or do you think it's like running back value is like too far down at that point?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
What was the question?
I'm just like curious, like, do you just not like Miller as a player, or like are there like other running backs at that point that you like
Well,
better? Or?
I've had him in the past, and he screwed me over, and I don't think he's a very good running back, to be completely honest.
Boy, let me tell you, I am a big Lamar Miller guy.
Whoa.
What do you think about their backup getting arrested on gun charges today?
that makes the guy who got arrested a Mark Lindsay pick officially, as has been discussed. All right. So then we move on. Me taking T.Y. Hilton. Yeah, I guess I buy that. I mean, he's in a decent offense, so I can't argue with it. I don't know if I'd do it, but and then we have Dan taking Doug Baldwin, which Stevie says just seems like a Dan pick.
I don't know. It just seems
I
like
was going to say that.
I don't know.
It's probably something that he thinks will be groundbreaking, and he's going to want to make a splash, and he's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to really go out on this pick. I'm going to take, and he's going to be a lot of suspense, and then all of a sudden, Doug Baldwin.
Doug Baldwin. I could see it. I could see it happening.
Yeah.
And then circling back around to me, Stevie, you have me taking Gronk.
Wait, we skipped Todd Gurley.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to say something about Todd Gurley.
well, wait.
Sin is like
That's gonna be-
sports calling in
This
here.
is going to be the pick
Oh, I did
that
skip Todd
Dan-
Gurley. I'm sorry.
Justin's
Dan's going to
talking.
accident into. Like, nobody's going to want Todd Gurley, and Dan's going to take Todd Gurley, and he's going to be like the number 4 running back this year. And then we'll look back at it in the past and be like, how did Dan actually do well this year?
And that'll be
the answer's
why. Wow.
Sounds like Todd Gurley's pretty high on Justin's
So,
draft
yeah,
board.
He might not be there around 3.
Oh, no, I would never take Todd Gurley.
All right,
But
so
I'm just saying that he's going to be that guy.
all right, so Justin, as our local St. Louis Rams expert,
St. Louis.
or
St.
oh,
Louis.
LA Rams. Sorry, there's too many teams in LA. The LA Rams expert. Bad outlook for the Rams offense this year. Is that what you're selling us on right now?
Yeah, it won't be as bad as it was last year. Andrew Whitworth is a big deal, but that's more for the pass game, and I just don't see any kind of interior running.
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna say along Joe's line of thinking. Like originally, I was thinking Dan was gonna take Fournette because that's kind of like something like Dan would do. Leonard Fournette.
What was that, Shane?
I couldn't understand Stevie there, but I got it now.
Okay. Yeah. So Stevie has me taking Gronk then. Why, Stevie? He doesn't.
You
doesn't-
got him 3 times.
You love Gronk.
You love Gronk. 2014, you took Gronk in the 3rd round. 2015, you took Gronk in the 1st round. You don't like to draft running backs with your early pick, and I think Gronk's a good value. 3rd round Gronk, that's pretty good, honestly.
Well, I will say that Gronk, when healthy, is a championship winner in my mind. But the problem is he's just not healthy enough anymore. I mean, I might still take him. I might not. I don't know. But that's my hot take on Gronk from the guy that drafts Gronk all the time. Although I mixed it up last year with Jordan Reed, and he still burned me. So I just like drafting injury-prone tight ends, I guess. And then moving on. So in the 3rd round here, Joe taking Amari Cooper. I think that sounds like a Joe pick in my mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, he took him last year too. He took him in 3rd last year. So.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And Stevie taking Leonard Fournette. Stevie willing to risk it on the rookie.
Mm-hmm. I just think based on the running backs that are left, that's like the last chance to get a legitimate
All right,
bell cow back.
all right, Stevie. We were talking about this at the tailgate. I don't know if you heard. Over or under 1,200 yards for Leonard Fournette this year?
I'd say under.
Under.
Even I think he's gonna get some coverage.
How much did I bet Mark on that?
I think at least, probably at least $20.
I think it was like $20.
Yeah. What did you take, Justin? The over or the under?
Oh, the under. I don't think it'll get 1,000. I don't think it'll come close to 1,000.
All right, Stevie. So enjoy that draft pick.
Leonard Fournette is the next Todd Gurley.
There you go.
But you
I don't know.
Todd Gurley is a
He
top
won't be
4 back.
Is that
No,
good?
I said I wouldn't touch Todd Gurley. I would never touch Todd Gurley.
Justin's prediction was Todd Gurley will be good because no one wants him. That's what he thinks.
Yeah.
Which I think, which I don't know if I agree with, but I could see it happening. And then Jason taking Marshawn Lynch, which I think this is pretty this might be the lock of the draft. because Jason's gonna show up, have a few icy lights, and think he's living in 2013, and he honestly might not even know Marshawn Lynch is.
Drink beer.
Oh yeah, he doesn't drink beer.
What?
Never mind. Jason doesn't drink beer. It'll be something stronger.
Let's
No, Jason only drinks beer. I saw him shotgun 15 beers in 18 holes. Played with him. So he can put away some beer.
Yeah, it shows.
That's a throwback to Joe's shotgun and beer during the Johnny Manziel draft. That was a good time.
I agree with Marshawn Lynch being a lock, and I will also say that Jason's gonna because he'll be further down the list, and Jason will look for a minute and try and figure out who he wants to take, and he'll see Marshawn Lynch further down the list, and he'll be like, why is he so low? How's he still here?
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think I think he's going to show up to the draft. He won't know Marshawn Lynch is back in the league. Like someone will bring it up beforehand, and he'll be like, "Oh, holy shit! I have to change my strategy because Marshawn Lynch is in the league again."
Wait, Jason doesn't have a strategy.
What's that, Shane?
Jason doesn't have a strategy. You act like
Yeah.
he thinks about the draft before it starts.
Did he show up last year with no? I feel like there was a year he showed up where someone had to give him like a beer sheet
might
or
have been
something.
me last year. I don't
Where-
That was me last year.
Was it?
Yeah. Probably will be again this year.
Joe, you're able to make it, right? While we're on the topic.
Yeah. I was supposed to work Saturday and Sunday that weekend, and I switched to just Saturday.
Nice.
Just Saturday.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Joe, the
I'm gonna-
draft's Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday night, right?
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
You're doing the work and driving one. Oh man, it's gonna be intense, Joe. We're gonna be drafting with a very drained Joe that just worked a hard day's work. Advantage rest of the league.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's right. All right, so yeah, we're all consensus on Marshawn Lynch going there. And another interesting pick here was Shane taking Aaron Rodgers, the first QB off the board in the middle of round 3.
That
Stevie.
Jordy Nelson connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stevie
I
discussed
love to do that. I did it last year with Cam Newton and Kelvin Benjamin.
and that worked
So-
out so well.
Beyond like the whole Packers joke, Shane on average is the earliest at picking quarterbacks. You look at the past 6 drafts, he's taken a quarterback in the second round 4 times. And then the other time he took a quarterback in the 4th, and that was last year. So Shane, super QB heavy, loves the Packers, and he likes to link out to his players. So I do think he's going to take Rodgers here. And Rodgers in the 3rd, I think that's a pretty good value.
All right. So I guess this is a question for Stevie or Shane. Not Drew Brees. We know Shane's a big Drew Brees guy. No Drew Brees here.
No way. I thought Rodgers was like the runaway number 1, but
Yeah, I mean, confirmed. Pick
Pick
All right.
confirm. Pick confirm. And then Stevie then has Marco taking Brandon Cooks. And Stevie's very eloquent note on this is that Marco likes the Saints.
Marco, yeah.
Stevie, I'd like to break some news to you. Brandon Cooks plays for the Patriots.
But he was on the Saints.
But he was on the Saints last season.
Wait, so did you you did this? Did you think that he was going to draft 2 wide receivers on the Saints?
No, I did it this morning. I just think Brandon Cooks is probably the best wide receiver there, and I was like, oh, Marco likes the Saints, and he was on the Saints. So.
No, I can not.
Marco used to
By the end of the 3rd round, just kind of grasping at straws.
What was that, Justin?
Marco used to complain all the time that Brandon Cooks was taking touchdowns from Michael Thomas. And he loved Brandon Cooks. So now that he has the opportunity to get both of them, I think Marco's got probably the biggest locks on here. Unless he takes Julio over Freeman, in which case I don't think he'd take 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see Brandon Cooks going there for the reasoning that everyone just said. I think Marco loves his Saints too much. And then we have Mark Lindsay taking Demaryius Thomas, which I think is a very Mark Lindsay pick. I feel like he has him every year. It might just be me though.
Yeah.
Wait, let me check this sheet.
Yeah.
Redrafted.
At least twice, I feel like.
I don't know.
His team name was Demaryius Targaryen that one year.
Yeah,
Unless I probably
it doesn't
spelled
have it on here, but I'm assuming
Yeah.
Stevie spelled it wrong. So let me go manually check.
What was that, Joe?
Okay,
I thought he didn't even have him on his team that year. And
He,
he's-
he might not have.
did he trade him?
No, he did. He took him in the 2nd round.
There you
He
go.
might have traded him,
Yeah,
but no, it was just that year.
Okay. Well, anyway, I still think it sounds like a Mark Lindsay pick. And then we have Justin with this gut-wrenching pick of DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think Justin would do this. Justin, do you care to discuss?
I would like to think I wouldn't, but I'm certainly not ruling it out.
It's fair.
I've been reading some articles about DeAndre Hopkins, and this would be definitely like me to do. I mean, I do take Doug Martin every year, and look how that does.
So, all right. So, Justin, I'll ask you: would you rather have Tom Savage or Deshaun Watson quarterbacking that Texans team for you?
I think Watson will eventually be good. He throws a lot of interceptions, though.
That's true.
Time of possession's bad. Will be bad, but I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
It can't be as bad as Tyler. Can't possibly be that bad.
All right, and then we have finishing it off. Mike taking the Crow in the third round. Stevie, are you sure?
No, not really. I think I changed it at the last minute, but again, Mike statistically takes the most running backs and maybe some of that like Ohio connection, but
That's fair.
I don't know, like the other like running backs who were like available at that time, like they're still like Joe Mixon, Carlos Hyde, and like Ty Montgomery. So slim pickings already.
I love the Packers though.
Shane loves the Packers, and Shane knows how supply and demand works. So he might take a stab at a lot of running backs. All right, well that's the mock draft. Another announcement: the draft board came in today. I got some real nice stickers this year. Got some.
Lev Bell looks good.
Got some faces.
Yeah, Bell looks real good there, Roman. You're showing him.
James Conner.
James Conner, Dalvin Cook, the Crow.
Do they have nicknames on them?
No nicknames. I got rid of the nicknames and added faces. So
that's helpful.
Yeah,
for the people who are trying to draft an all white team, that's very helpful.
So the chalice of racism this year should be much easier to obtain. If that's your goal, you can just walk up and find whatever black or white player you want to draft.
Yeah, those nicknames were hard. It was like,
I got it.
Like Dickie McDickhammer. Like, who is this?
I got it, guys. I thought it would be cool. I spent a little bit more money this year on color printed picture name tags to make up for it, if that's okay.
It looks very nice. Thank you, Roman.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Roman.
Yeah,
What's the league gift this year?
Well, if we're all contributing money to a trophy, I don't really want to have a league gift, because I was thinking of this. So we're gonna have the food when we're not deciding wing flavors right now. The food.
Come on.
Not even.
So we're gonna have.
That's ridiculous.
we're gonna have Furies and aircraft carrier. And we're gonna have the league entry fee. We're gonna have the Mayweather-McGregor fight if we all still want to do that. And so that right there is gonna add up. And so I don't want to. And then buying a trophy this year, all that, I don't think we don't really need a gift. And plus, I thought, we could do shirts again because we haven't got shirts in a while, but I'd rather do that for the Vegas trip next year.
Hey, Roman.
Hey, Joe.
You got a good idea for gifts for the league.
Okay, you want to DM me?
How about one of those 1.5 million recalled Accords?
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I'll take this time to let me take this time to push the all new, fully redesigned 2018 Honda Accord, which was unveiled Friday at the Detroit Auto Show with 3 new somethings, and it's gonna be with no more V6 engine, no more 2-door, but boy, it's a heck of a car. If you're looking for a family sedan, Joe, I know you're trying to settle down. Might be time to get a family sedan. How many cars was it? I thought it wasn't that many. It was like what?
It was somewhere over the one. It was over the 1 point something million mark.
It was 1.8.
1.8. Yeah, I'm sure I'll hear all about that when I get back to work tomorrow. Let me see if I had anything else to. Oh well, I'll probably make a video this week, but we still need to decide defensive scoring for decimal, like what number we want to start with as the baseline. Right now, our league values it at starting at 8.5 points for the defense and losing 0.04 for every point scored against, which is high relative to ESPN standard. But I'll put together a video on all that. Just know that we're gonna have to decide on that. Let me look at my Google Docs. I keep a Google Doc of everything I want to talk to you guys about. So.
ESPN did fix the thing with like defensive scoring on defensive touchdowns.
Yes, that's fixed. So if your quarterback throws a pick six, you don't get deducted for points against now, which is nice. They made other changes too. I don't remember them off the top of my head. Let's see. Shane's typing something. So everyone voted on league fees. Does anyone have any spicy hot take on that? As far do we just want to leave it at 10? Is that
Raise it.
Raise it?
I'm fine.
I'm not.
Raise it.
It's gonna be like 50.
50 might be a bit much, but
Yeah, I don't really care.
yeah, I don't know. I thought 10 seemed. I mean, like
because he's still in school. Well, I guess Stevie is too, but
Shane's in school.
no. Right?
Yeah.
Aren't you still working there, Shane? So.
No difference. We're both grad students.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
4.
All right. So I think bumping it up to 20 would be fine. Like $200 pot's a lot better than a $100 pot, and I think everyone can afford $20 for the league. But I haven't looked.
What, 30 for the draft? Because you're gonna take some on top of that for draft stuff.
Well, I'll take. I mean, I just want food, like money for food. Like, well, I'll contribute for food. Like, I don't care about like you don't have to pay me back for the draft board. I don't give a shit about that. So like, it'll be that, and then whatever the food cost comes out to. Like, so I don't know what we were charging people for, but like, if I can do the math on an aircraft carrier and 3 Fiore's pizzas, and like, if it's more than I think it is, we can keep the entry fee at 10. Like, I don't want people to pay a ton of money.
I mean, the way I look at it, 20 for food, 20 for draft, and 10 for the fight. If we end up doing that,
Yeah.
so just
So
like be prepared for $50.
yeah, that'll probably be about right. Ish.
I
Yeah.
don't think you'll need 20 for food. We've never done that before.
No, the aircraft carrier is 120, and the 3 pizzas is like 50. So
Is the aircraft
Yeah.
carrier that much money?
Well, I think one.
I think I got a coupon last
Yeah, I
time.
think we had some. Stevie, can you find us another coupon?
Grubhub stopped sending me coupons. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So like,
If I find one, I'll save it.
we'll figure out all that. Wing flavors we'll choose closer to draft day. Sorry, Stevie.
Ooh.
Draft gift, like I said, I don't think we need one this year because, I mean, the draft gift can
I
be.
got a question. If we get a trophy, is it going to be awarded to Shane at the draft, or is it just like a trophy for the 2017 season?
So the way we've done it in the past is the person who wins the league keeps it until another person wins the league.
Okay.
So we could I don't know if it would get here in time depending on what we get.
Where's the belt at?
What's now? Oh, where's
the belt?
I don't know.
Who
I
should
think
have-
Marco has it.
Yeah, Marco should have it. No.
No, he shouldn't have it, but I think he does.
Oh,
I don't I can look. I don't think I have it here. If I had it here, I'd have it on display somewhere.
that thing's such a piece of shit. It's awesome.
It is awesome. It'll be retired with grace. That's for sure. But yeah, if we can decide, well,
Can we get it like you're talking about the belt, right?
the cardboard belt, yes.
What if we got it enshrined in a nice case? That's the trophy.
That'd be kind of cool.
You display it, yeah.
It's an option. Like I said, once everyone has
Like
voted
it
on,
go to like whoever like won the regular season or some shit. You can come up with
yeah,
something.
once
Yeah,
everyone
go
has
Championship.
once everyone has voiced how much they're willing to spend on a trophy, I'll compile what our budget is and I'll present you guys with all sorts of options for trophies. And you can send me like right now I've looked at rings, like just a bunch of different kinds of trophies.
Oh, you're looking at rings. Did we get that quote?
What?
Okay, he's playing dumb now.
Oh, you mean like oh no, I don't have that kind of. But I've been looking at rings, trophies, like a Masters type jacket.
Ooh.
But
That'd be sharp.
the problem with that and the ring is like everyone's not the same. Like the ring would have to be something you just display. I mean, the jacket, I guess.
Flex and then just deal with it.
Yeah, the jacket we could just get really big and you'd wear and just deal with it. But yeah, like if I'm open to suggestions, like Joe just said, like if we want to frame the old shitty belt in a real nice frame, we could certainly do that. If you could think of anything else you'd want as a trophy, let me know and I'll put it in there.
We should get like a Sacco trophy for like last place for like Justin. Like
in addition to the anthem, you're saying?
We shouldn't buy it, but we should. It'd be nice to give Justin something at the end of the year.
Coming from the guy who played Justin in the Sacco last year.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we could. That's
all
what,
right.
Like, but budget pending, we could certainly do that. Yeah. So Shane, did we just do BYOB last year? I think that's what we always have done.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Yeah, we'll just keep it that way. Everyone can just bring whatever they want to drink, so we don't have to worry about alcohol. I'll talk to you separately about the draft activities. As far as pool party and time because of the McGregor and Mayweather fight. I don't know if we could do wiffle ball anymore because we have two really, really young kids on either side of us now. And, like, I don't want all of us, like, running around swearing and, like, bothering these two families and, like, running into their yards. So, I mean, like,
I'd be nervous about the cussing.
Yeah, like, we could go to
like William Penn.
Yeah, we could go to, like, William Penn or Simmons or something. I'd be fine with that. I just don't think we could do it in our backyard anymore. Yeah, that's all I got. I think we're near our hour limit. Does anyone have any final things they want to get out there?
Yeah, the only other thing I would say is we should still probably look into a projector if we're talking about the fight.
Oh, a projector for the
Even if
fight.
we're not going to do the draft board on that.
No, Shane's TV in the basement. That's
Yeah,
probably big enough, right?
Watch it on my TV.
I don't know, just because there's going to be, at least 10 people?
There's going to be at least 3 or 4 weenies that go home, so.
Yeah, they always do.
And even if we had 10, we could fit 10 people in the basement.
Yeah, it'll be a real jam-packed, close atmosphere. We'll be throwing beer all around, cheering. I got money on this fight.
Sam.
Stevie,
What did you bet on?
Stevie, did you bet on this?
McGregor.
Did you bet on this fight?
Hell yeah, $5 on McGregor.
I think I put 15 on McGregor. I have to look.
Oh.
I think I bet 15 to pay out 45. I also
It's gonna be the
have
most boring 12-round fight ever.
I have $5 on the Lions to win the Super Bowl and $5 on the Titans to win the Super Bowl.
Good pick.
So get excited. All right, anyone else want to have their piece to say?
No, I think it's
All right. Well, thank you for participating, guys. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad we could come together and do this. It was nice seeing your faces, except for you, Justin. But
Yeah.
it was nice hearing your voice. All right. With that, I'll go ahead and end the recording. I hope everyone has a good night. No Game of Thrones spoilers in the chats. I will reiterate.
Are we off the record yet?
No, we're.
Okay.
Oh wait. Hold on.
Oh, you were recording this whole thing?
Oh yeah, we record. Yeah, it's recorded.